Peace and love, goddesses. This is Ruby D, the goddess, the energy therapist, and the soul therapist. And this evening, I wanted to go ahead and get into the sex chakra system, which sex stands for sacred energy exchanges. And I wanted to go ahead and do the overview for this extended chakra system, which is the energy body that exists as a result of our intimate relationships. Of course, if you listen to the overview for the relationship chakra system, I did explain that those relationships that we deem important, we give life and energy to, then we make it real. We make it a part of us. It's an extension of us. Because it's an extension of us, then when we give it life and we give it energy, we make it real. So with the sex chakra system, it's not necessarily a chakra system that exists between you and another person. It is very well the intimate relationship that it's representative of the intimate relationship that you have with yourself. So of course, just like your regular chakra system and all of the extended chakra systems, there are 7 chakras: the Sex Root Chakra, the Sex Sacral Chakra, the Sex Solar Plexus Chakra, the Sex Heart Chakra, the Sex Throat Chakra, the Sex Third Eye Chakra, and the Sex Crown Chakra. So with the Sex Root Chakra, that particular chakra is associated with the establishment of the intimate relationship, whether it be the one that you have with yourself or the one that you have with someone else. In this day and age, of course, we very much have this type of hookup culture where intimacy or sex is most people are more concerned with the physical pieces of it as opposed to the mental, emotional, spiritual, or energetic pieces. So there have been, a lot of instances where people they just hook up because they were under the influence of drugs, of alcohol. Not to say that, that's the only reason, but when there is really not much level of attraction or a high level of attraction between two people, I know we've all been in situations where we've been intimate with someone, we've physically had sex with someone, and it's just like, why did I do that? How did I do that? I would never, that type of thing. And of course, just like we have those types of connections, physical connections, we also have those physical connections that come as a result of genuinely getting to know someone, never at some point considering ever being physical with them, but because you all have built a genuine friendship and you have a genuine connection, then one thing just kind of leads to another and you find yourself intimately connected to this person. And of course, that's, how we connect with others. But when we connect with ourselves, it's just like, which basically is masturbation or pleasuring yourself, whether you use toys or whatever the case may be. But did you start doing that because you were curious? Did you start doing that from a place of, when you start to feel shame, you feel that's the only thing that can get you through? I know for, a number of people, their first sexual experience was some type of molestation. So, and as a result, then that could, make you feel shameful about your body, make you feel a certain way. And that's why some people may look at masturbation as a negative thing. They don't necessarily like the act of doing it, but because of how it makes them feel physically and the type of pleasure it brings them, then that's where their physical intimate relationship started with themselves. So with the sex root chakra, like I said, it is associated with the establishment of your intimate relationship with yourself or with another person. And looking at that could definitely, you have to be able to make the connection of how that directly affects your level of intimacy with yourself in life now or with a partner. The sacral chakra is associated with the emotional connection that exists between you and your partner, or the emotional connection that you have to yourself. Beginning with yourself, a lot of people don't like to be emotional, but they don't understand that being emotional is key to really getting to know yourself, your desires, and understanding how to effectively manage your feelings and emotions when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to sex, when it comes to sensuality. If you feel that, intimacy is shameful and intimacy is dirty, even with another person, then of course you are less likely to actually enjoy it. You are less likely to really connect with another person, especially if you feel that what you're doing, you should not be doing in the first place. Next, the sex solar plexus chakra is associated with your comfort and confidence level of intimacy with yourself as well as any of your partners. Of course, we know that the solar plexus is associated with confidence, self-awareness, self-assurance, self-accountability, self-responsibility. And it's just like, when you think of the sex solar plexus chakra, a lot of people, they may brag on, what they're working with, or, oh, I got, some good this and some good that. But are you really that confident to where it's not only about the sexual act, but are you confident and comfortable with your body, with your physical appearance? Do you think you're actually sexy? Are you happy with the type of body that you have? Or is it that you can only be intimate with someone in the dark? You are shameful of what your body feels like or may look like, or how other people, your partner, may view your body or may feel about your body. So if you're not confident or comfortable with your body, and especially when it comes to like different positions and all of this other kind of stuff, it's just like, how can you truly enjoy the act of intimacy? And if you're not comfortable and confident with your body, how can you truly connect with yourself and really understand, what it is that turns you on, what arouses you versus what doesn't? If you're not confident about a part of your body, how can you fully connect with how it feels to be touched, caressed, or kissed in that particular area if you're already nervous about that part of your body? And let's say if your partner, really loves that part of your body, and it's just like, no, don't touch me there because I'm not comfortable and I'm not confident, you would never really know how them liking that part of you and them taking that extra time and just being that extra with you could be beneficial for you. Think about that. The sex heart chakra is associated with the ability to give and receive pleasure. And as women, especially, many women have not experienced an orgasm, or it took them years to really experience one, especially with another partner. Of course, at some point when you are intimate with yourself, you learn your body. Of course, as women, we can make ourselves climax within 2-3 minutes, whereas when we're with a partner, it takes much longer, or sometimes it doesn't even happen at all. And in those cases, we like to blame it on the opposite sex, or the man. Oh, he's not doing it right, he's not big enough, he's not hitting the right places, he's this and he's that. And yeah, we have a tendency to like to blame that on our partner as to why we are not fully pleasured sexually, when we know it takes so much more for us to get within a rhythm where we can get to a place where we can gradually move towards climaxing and doing that multiple times and whatnot. But you think your head game is 5. Yeah, like literally 5. And you never hear, a man say, well, I can't have an orgasm, or I can't climax because the woman didn't do what she was supposed to do. It's just like, really, you have to think of that. You have to really think about where that disconnect is and why that is. Why do we blame our inability to really enjoy sex on the opposite sex? But men never do that, towards women. So, of course, like I said, the heart chakra is associated with the ability to give and receive pleasure. The sex throat chakra is associated with being able to effectively communicate your wants and needs intimately. And that's pretty much being comfortable with telling your partner, I don't like this, I don't enjoy this, I do like that, could you do this, could you do it this way? Or even sometimes it's not saying anything, but guiding them on what to do. And you have to also be open with them guiding you in the same manner, or in the same way. Because, and not only that, but not feel some type of way about it. Not telling somebody, oh, you're not hitting it right, you're not doing it right, when the same energy it took you to say that, you can actually just show them, or just say what it is that you really want. The sex third eye chakra is associated with the mental connection or level of stimulation that exists between you and your partner, or within yourself and your sexual intuition. And pretty much what I mean by that is, you hear a lot of people say, oh, I have to be mentally stimulated and all of this stuff, which, yes, that does matter. You have to be able to visualize in order for the sexual experience to be as phenomenal as you want it to be. You, of course, want to be satisfied mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. It affects all of your senses, your taste, smell, hearing, and the other ones. So you have to be sexually intuitive, not only into yourself, but also with your partner. You have to know when to touch your partner, how to touch them, where to touch them. And, how many times have we been in a situation where, we are literally in the act, and it's just like, we say, oh yes, and whatever it is to let our partner know that we're almost there, and then they switch it up. And you're like, no, don't do that. Go back to doing what it is that you were doing. That person is not sexually intuned into you. They're not sexually intuitive. So that definitely makes a difference. And then the Sex Crown Chakra is associated with the ability to distinguish between your higher and lower self connections and desires and connectedness. What I mean by that is being able to and being comfortable with going back and forth between your lower and your higher self desires. The lower self, we are more worried about the physical pleasures, the physical sensations, whereas the higher self desires and connectedness and whatnot is more associated with the energy, the mental stimulation, the intuitive, the how you feel afterwards. Because it's, many cases where, we could be in the act, and then as soon as it's over at the end, we feel ashamed, we feel negative, we feel drained, that type of thing. And you have to be able to know which of those are gonna be for your highest good, whether it's for your lower self or your higher self, and which ones are not. For example, physically, people like to say size matters. That's a lower self desire. We want somebody, that's gonna be a good fit for us, literally, a good feel for us. And our higher self is like, okay, I need somebody that I can connect with mentally, and someone who's going to stimulate parts of me that are not physical in nature. So pretty much that's what the sex chakra system is. Of course, I will be going through each of the different chakras separately to give, more in-depth information, how to balance those particular chakras if there's an imbalance that exists, as well as answer any questions that may come up or that you may have. So again, if you'd like to schedule a sex chakra energy wellness session with me, you can definitely do that. Just reach out to me, and the sessions can be either individual or with couples. It can be by yourself or either with you and your partner. But in either case, I just ask that you be open-minded and be willing to really learn about this particular extended chakra system. Of course, this is the goddess Ruby D, your energy therapist. I look forward to talking more with you about the sex chakra system, and I will do that next time. Peace.